So this is my first attempt at a helping, I don't know what you call it really, helping out video or tool video or how to do video. I've watched many videos on YouTube and learned a lot from lots of different genres: engineering, woodwork, metalwork, gardening. And today I decided to make something and I just thought I'd share it. I haven't done a how to build because it's already built, but it's worked so well I felt it was time to give something back. So what I've made is a sieve, soil screener, to break down some topsoil that I picked up from a local neighbour, because bottom half of my garden was looking a bit bare where we'd had a marquee up and left it up too long. It's now mid-April, middle of the corona lockdown, and we had the marquee up until a couple of 4 weeks ago. So where it was through the middle there, it was pretty dead, so we turned over the edges as well where it had gone mossy, and so we needed some good topsoil to reseed it. So picked up some bags of topsoil, and this is the machine I've made. So the engine on it is a DeWalt 18-volt reciprocator, bit of plywood on a couple of old joiners horses. The main the clever bit about it really is the IKEA hinges, screwed down at either end, and a little 3x2 box frame running around this old IKEA storage bin. I had these IKEA storage bins for, well, it's got to be 20 years. Kids used to keep their toys in. Youngest is 22 now, hence the reason for the graphics still on the front when it used to be used for a toy box. But we've been using them, moving them around, storing stuff in them. So this one's cut the bottom out of it and put a couple of brackets I had. Everything is pretty much stuff I had in my shed. Didn't buy a thing, just stuff I already had. Took a larger box and put a piece of plywood around the bottom with a couple of layers of chicken wire, and then put another piece of plywood pretty much the same as that on the inside. It's hard to see now, it's full of mud, and put some nuts and bolts straight through. That gripped the plastic that was still left in place. It's looking a bit clogged up there. Some of the soil's got a bit wet. We just had a bit of a downpour. But basically the idea is that drops straight into that, and you can switch it on, and soil, it vibrates it back and forwards. The soil drops through into a container and gives you a nice finished screeded soil. I'll give you a quick demo. Take a shovel of this. I found that if you overload it and put too much in at once, it can put a lot of strain on the reciprocator. So I tend to just do a couple of small shovels at a time. I'm double screening this actually. I've actually screened this already and I'm doing it again. So to switch it on, I've got a cable tie fixed on there to set the trigger at a certain speed, and then just to switch it on and off, I'm just engaging and disengaging the battery. Probably not doing the reciprocating saw a lot of good because quite a lot of load on it, but it works okay. The trickiest thing I think was getting the blade. I had a hacksaw blade, which you can see there, and attaching that to this tray. Now really this stuff's, I don't know what it's made of, but it's really tough steel, and couldn't drill it, so I actually ground it off and used my arc welding set, turned it up to about 80, just touched the rod on it, and when it arced up, just pushed it through, and it pushed a hole straight through it. And I've got a screw and a washer underneath there going up into this timber, and I've done probably 10 bags of dirt now, and it's still holding on, still working fine. So let's switch it on. It's a bit noisy, vibrates a bit, hence the reason these horses aren't the best. They're a bit tinny and not very stable. So when it was rattling around a bit, I decided to screw it to this pillar on the pagoda, as you can see. So it just steadied it up a bit. I could probably do with a few more cable ties on the reciprocator, but it's worked. It's worked their way loose. But before I finish up now, I just want to show you how it works. That's it, knock the battery off. Any bits of clay, stones, wood gets left in the bottom, lift that out and empty it. Well, I hope that was beneficial to someone. If you've got any questions, please ask, and I hope I can be as helpful as lots of other people have been to me. Thank you. Take care, bye. Oh, by the way, I'm Neil. Thanks for watching.